In the 30-minute profile review you're about to watch, I walk through with a player live on call exactly what they need to do to build a diamond champion pool. Right now, this player is plat 4, 56% win rate over 70 games, and that's the highest rank they've ever got. And now they're like, what do I need to get to diamond? And he's unsure of his champion. So we start there. We talk about his ranked anxiety, how many games he should be playing in a day, what to do when he's feeling tilted or anxious, and how to use a secondary account that is a slightly lower MMR to test and learn and theory craft while using your main account to play your historically highest win rate champs and to climb to that ultimate goal of diamond. Before we get into this profile view, if you're interested in getting your own profile view, just like the one you're about to watch, please check out the links in the description below. Let's get into the video.
I mean, I was trying to. I was. This. Okay. So set it straight. I was trying to get to platinum for 8 years now.
Yep.
I've reached it like 3 days ago.
Nice. Yeah.
And like I wanted to go higher, but like I was struggling finding my main role until I switched to ADC,
Yep.
and I've kind of started to play that a lot more. I have like multiple accounts,
Yeah.
and this one I finally reached it.
Wow. So firstly, congratulations. And I mean, you've kind of done it across two roles as well. Like it looks like you've been playing a bit of mid. Is that correct? And then you
I'm an
switched.
all-rounder.
Okay, nice. Oh, similar to me. I play Phil. I'm a bit of a psycho though, so I'm a bit crazy like that. But oh, okay, awesome. And so you're a Phil player, and you've got really successful with your mid lane, even your top lane with that Jax. But you really enjoy AD carry. Is that kind of the role you're enjoying the most? Is that correct?
I would say so, yeah, because like I've been struggling since ever since I started. It was always like, oh, I have to fill something in because everyone was like, I play this, and I
Yeah.
always failed. But when I got away from that group, I just started playing like top lane, which I played for like 3 years.
Yep.
I was playing tournament play, and I didn't like it that much, so I just switched to back to jungle. Then I didn't like that much, so I just went to ADC, and I like it a lot.
Awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, crazy that you were struggling to get to plat for multiple years and then you got there in under 100 games. Like, that's fucking insane. So well done. Like, 56% win rate in, what, 80 games and you got to plat 4. That's crazy. Great job. And it also looks like, plat 4 isn't a problem for you. Like, it's not like you've gone from gold to plat and you're all of a sudden struggling with the skill level. I mean, the fact that you've got a 63% win rate in your last 20, and I'm going to look at your last 40, I mean, almost a 70% win rate, you're actually getting better and stronger, which is great. Because that's a really good sign that your longevity and your ability to climb isn't just to plat 4. I think you can definitely get higher, particularly with the signs you're showing right now, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Are there any problems that you're finding? Are there any doubts? What do you think's holding you back from climbing right now, or getting? What's your goal actually? You're trying to get to diamond now after getting plat, or?
I mean, I would love to reach Diamond 4 to just have myself like some proof that I don't suck at this game.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I don't know, it's just like I was trying to make a champion pool,
Mm-hmm.
which I think Jinx should be part of
Yep.
because she's amazing champion. I like her a lot.
Yep.
So I just tried to find something similar. I had an older coach that told me like, oh, you should like you like Jinx, so you should have her in. Then you find some ADC that like you like a lot as well, put it in the pool, and then have something different on the role. So he said like try Karthus or Ziggs. So if you're bored of being like hyper carry, you can try something else.
That's excellent advice. And so you kind of went with Vega, is that correct? Or
I mean, I was play a Veigar was just mid pick,
got
which
it.
I played when I was going from gold 4 to gold 1.
Yep.
And I played the one game of Karthus on my other account. I never really played AP
Okay.
ADCs.
You're crazy. You went from gold 4 to gold 1 as mid lane, and then you switched to 80 carry, and you're climbing even faster. That's crazy. That's really good. Okay, so I mean, you could bring your Veigar to bot lane. Like that coach, great advice by the way. Like something like Jinx Jin, and then having that AP scaling champ. Like as he said, Karthus. Ziggs is good. I play Ziggs in the bot lane a lot. But also Veigar is very playable. Even like Cassiopeia is playable as well in the bot lane. But I think if you've got a lot of success on Veigar, I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't play Veigar in the bot lane. Veigar, Jinx, and Jin, they're all viable bot lane champs to Diamond 4. So if you're kind of worried about saying, because this is usually what people would say, they'd be like, oh, can Veigar be played in, Plat 1, Diamond 4 in the bot lane? And yeah, he can be. He definitely can be. So, I mean, if that's kind of the champion pool you're looking for, or are you thinking of learning or getting a bit more skilled on a Karthus or a Ziggs or something like that?
I mean, I liked Jinx, so I was like, let's find something similar. So I started playing Zeri on my alt,
Yep.
which I find really fun as well
Yep.
because you're very mobile, you do a lot of damage late game. So wait, I just link you the other account. Why not?
Yeah, that would be good. Thanks. Second.
Uh, wait, is it this one? Uh, wait, I don't know the name of it. Because this account is also like very other ADCs than on my main account. Ah man, this is annoying when you have a lot of accounts and you need to
Yeah, I know.
find
I
the
know the
name.
feeling. I've got like 5 or 6 at the moment.
I mean, let's continue. I'll find it eventually.
Sure, sure. Cool. So if you landed on a champion pool then, for this account to get for your diamond journey. I know you've said Jinx a few times. Are there any other champions you're like? Yep, I want to play this champion until I get to diamond, or are you still kind of in that search phase?
I mean, I could play the Zeri. I was thinking about Ezreal because I have been having success on him on my other account.
Yeah. At what rank,
But
if you can remember?
uh, the other account that I am playing is Gold 4 because I played there with my friend.
Okay.
And my another account, I just got double promoted with 60% win rate on ADC.
Okay. And you've been playing Ezreal on that?
I've been playing like Zaya, Ezreal, Caitlyn, and Zeri.
Okay, fuck me, you play a lot of champions. Okay, this is really good. This is a really good sign. Sorry, I'm not used to seeing this kind of success with players when they play so many champions, but it sounds like you've put a lot of time into the game and you're finally reaping the rewards, which is great. Okay, so what would be your champion pool? If I said to get to Diamond, you need to have a champ pool of, I would say, max 3 champs. Honestly, I think that would be the most efficient way without getting bored. Any more than 3 champs, you might just be limiting yourself a bit. If I were to say what would those 3 champs be, what would you decide? You have to play them for the rest of the split.
For the rest of the split, I would say like Jinx, Zeri, and the final one is kind of a coin flip because like I like Aphelios, for example, but he's very hard to play
Yeah.
and he needs to scale up to be good. Then like who else comes to mind? I mean, I could try the Veigar, but I haven't found success with him on bot lane.
Okay.
Oh, what else? I don't know.
Okay. That's fine that you don't know the answer now. So you could do something like. Sorry, what did you say besides Jinx that you're quite comfortable on?
Zeri,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think if you just started on this account, maybe playing your Jinx and incorporating your Zeri and see how the win rate goes, and then on one of these other accounts, you keep trying to find that 3rd champ. So whether it is you keep learning Aphelios till you get good on him, or you play, 10 to 15 more games on Ezreal so you can get like a 15, 20 game average of what your win rate is on him, because 5 games, it's not that much data. You can
Mm-hmm.
kind of figure out on the side while you're still climbing with this account, with your jinx that you know you're going to win games with. You can still use these accounts almost as like your learning accounts that are going to be building your champion pool for your main account, because we really want to make sure that we're not doing any testing or learning on this main account anymore, because your biggest issue now with this account is going to be your MMR, and that is going to be the thing that's going to hold you back from climbing. And so we need to make sure every game counts, and that's why I don't want you to test any more champions on this account. Use these other two accounts. I would say this gold 2 account, use this account as your testing account. Okay, I'm going to play some Aphelios today. I'm going to play some Ezreal. I'm going to learn, get better at my Xayah, and then I'm going to bring her over to my plat. Or maybe you're just like, fuck, I just want to chill out today and, troll pick or, learn my Karthus or play a bit more Veigar bot lane. Does that
Okay.
does that make sense and sound
Yeah,
smart
because
to you?
like yeah, it does sound smart because like on this account, I could try stuff that I wouldn't like be like comfortable on my main account. So I
Exactly.
can just like try it out like a sandbox, for example. Like,
Exactly, yeah. That's a great way to look at it. Yeah. Yeah,
but
and
like
then, yeah, sorry, keep
the
going.
most the worst thing I have is that I think it's ranked anxiety. Like
Mm-hmm.
I play good, but then I get stuck that like, oh, I don't want to lose my progress.
Yeah.
Like my MMR is pretty good right now. I feel like this account, the CBR, I have like plat 4.
Mm-hmm.
I faced plat 4s on this account already,
Yeah.
and it's like I have good MMR. I don't want to lose it, so I have bad mental in that kind of region.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's not much to really fix that other than the 2 account strategy, like I've suggested, where you don't really need to care about the M. Like, so actually, it's a good point. So, really, what you need to do is make a conscious choice in your mind right now: is Henchman Sam, or is I forgot how you pronounce this, Sebar
CBR.
Sabaya. Sorry, my accent's terrible. You just
Okay.
decide which one you want to get to diamond, right? And if it's this one
Mm-hmm.
because you think its MMR has the potential to be better, or it's this one because you have more skins on it, whatever, pick one and use that as your main, and then use the other one as that secondary account that we just talked about. And that should relieve the anxiety, because then you're like, okay, this is my dedicated main. So this is the only account that I get a bit worried about with my MMR. But because I'm playing my best champions on there, and I'm only playing on that account when you feel like you want to play ranked on your main account, right? Because I do the same. Some days I get anxiety. I'm like, I don't actually want to play on my main. I want to play on my slightly lower rank account and just relax and get my confidence, almost my mental confidence. Play 1 game, play 2 games. Oh shit, I'm playing really well today. Cool, I'm gonna jump on my main. And so you build the confidence on your second account in a completely risk-free environment. And because this is the best way to deal with anxiety, you got to immerse yourself in the situation but with as little risk as possible, and then you gain your confidence by going through the motions and the all the events that happen in ranked. And then once you get your confidence back and you're feeling better, that's when you go onto your main account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So if like, oh, I win 2 games on my alt, I'm like, okay, I'm playing pretty good now. So I just hop on my main and play on there. If I like, for example, I do well on my alt and I lose 2 games on my main, I just go back to the alt, or do I just quit playing for the day, for example?
Yeah, great question. So generally, I have a general rule of play in blocks of 3 and never more than 2 losses in a row, and that applies to your main account. So almost treat it like a best of 3, similar like a tournament or whatever. You never play more than 3 games in one sitting. So even if it's 3 wins in a row, I want you to take a break. Even if it's a small break to like get a coffee or eat some lunch or go for a walk, go to the gym, do some study, whatever. Take at least like a 15-minute break away from your computer, ideally, and you can come back and play another block of 3. However, if you're like, kind of like what you said, 2 losses in a row on your main, Yeah, of course, you could jump to your alt account and then keep playing. If you want to keep playing League, but you're just a bit worried about your main account and your ability to play that game. Or that day, I should say.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would also say, like, the thing with ranked anxiety and when you want to play is it's not entirely rational, if that makes sense, or logical. So, like, sometimes you might be actually playing your best League of Legends, but you lost 2 games in a row because your team entered, and that brings you, or that makes you anxious, right? And it's important to go, okay, I am feeling anxious, but also it's not about my performance. It's more just about the risk of your MMR. And you can still just go, okay, I'm going to take a break from my main and try and get back that confidence, even though I am playing well. I'm just going to, de-risk myself for the rest of the day or for, the next couple of hours. And so I really want
Mm-hmm.
you to, because you're dealing with ranked anxiety, that it could come up at random times, like, oh shit, you're on a hot streak, or, in your last 40 games, you're at a 70% win rate, but then you wake up tomorrow, maybe you're a little anxious about something else in your life, and all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, I'm scared to play on my main. Cool, you just jump on your Smurf and you play until the anxiety goes away. And that's really the only rule you need to have is never more than 2 losses in a row on your main. Play in blocks of 3, and whenever you're feeling anxious, just jump onto your alt account until the anxiety goes away. It could last a week, it could last a day, it could last an hour. But it'll always go
Hmm.
away, and it almost always comes back.
Okay, okay. I see. I'm just making notes.
That's all good. I'm also recording this, and I'll send you the recording of the whole session as well, so you
Oh,
can
thank you very much.
rewatch it in your own time. I like that you're writing notes. That's good. You're serious.
I mean, it's always been like that. I had so many coachings in the past 2 years that I have never had before in anything else. Like
Awesome.
I get more coached on league than I get coached on like academics right now.
That's
So
sick.
that
Yeah.
that's like a bit worrying thing, but it's
Oh,
good.
I mean, it's showing like you've got great results, and yeah, it's partly coaching, but it's also your determination and your natural skill that's just being improved or enhanced by the coaching. So it's really good. That leads me to an interesting question. So, why did you start looking, or how did you find out about us if you've already got all this coaching in the past? Just out of curiosity, what made you
I
want to book this
mean,
call?
I was like, I feel like some things are left unanswered.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have some things that I don't know the answer to, and I always forget to ask. So I always like search for someone. I try to ask them the questions, but I don't know. It's like new things come up
Yeah.
every time. I get to get like some question that I didn't know about. I get it answered, but then it's like, oh, I have this new question now
Yeah.
that I want answered.
Yeah.
But then there's the person doesn't communicate with me anymore because that coach is coaching a pro team right now.
Oh wow.
So I mean, he's coaching a Czech team. I don't know if you know Esuba.
No, I don't.
Well, he coached them and he
That's
didn't
awesome.
like answer anymore. But he also was like free coaching.
Oh, cool.
W- it's like we got coached by him like 2 years ago. Or, like there was a big like action. No, I don't know what you call it. Like a thing where there was free coaching for like 5 people for a month.
Wow.
Everyone got coached, and after the month you can like continue or you can just take what you have.
Awesome.
It was really interactive since you got like you got like you built a team of the 5 people and you got like matched with other teams that were being coached and you got replays and everything.
Wow. That's cool. That's a great experience. That's good you were able to do that.
But now like what kind of questions I wanted answered? Like mostly it's like building optimization
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes I don't know what to build. I mostly just stick to like like the applications like Mobalytics or stuff like that, they give you runes and items to build in game,
Yeah.
and I mostly just open it, and it's like you build mostly the same items every single game. But sometimes I feel like, oh, this could be better right now, or like these runes aren't the good in this comp, so I just have to change them.
Yeah.
Since like, for example, I play Jinx, and now there's 3 tanks, and it's giving me coup de grace, so I just change it to cut down instead, or stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you're doing the correct thought processes here. So I don't know if I would be worried about your itemization because it sounds like you're thinking about it in the right way, which is going to give you the right answers. Like, you're not going to build, like you did here, Gale Force, for example, if they had like Ornn, Nautilus, and like Zac or something, right? Because even though you can dodge them with your Gale Force, you're never going to be able to deal enough damage to actually be relevant as an AD carry, right? So I think you're doing the right stuff, and the way you just described that example is you're thinking about it the right way. The good thing about AD carry build paths at the moment is it's quite straightforward as well. And what I would suggest if you ever see something like pro players are doing it, or you think, oh, could this work? Again, I would just say use that second account that you have to test it out and see how it feels. And I would almost go, because plat to diamond, I don't want you to be told what you should be itemizing. I want you to be discovering it yourself, because in plat to diamond, you can use the time to discover it for yourself and test and hypothesize and experiment, because that's the best way you're going to learn, rather than just being told, figuring it out yourself, theory crafting based on other people's ideas, and then going, does this feel good? Why does it feel good? Does it work in this situation? Doesn't it? I think that's a much better way to learn itemization.
Because like I also, since I was getting back to IDC, I was watching a lot of coaching on internet or like guides to
Yeah.
ADC. There's really good ADC player. He's called Vapora Dark,
Okay. Haven't heard of him. Yeah.
and he goes like, oh, I get this ADC, I play him only on this account, and I get him to diamond, and he explains thought process behind items, what to build, like what to do into matchup, like the beginnings of the champion, so you can really get to know the champion from the beginnings
Wow, that's
and
amazing.
mistakes. And I was like, I was interested when he started building, like when you see my Jinx games,
Mm-hmm.
I mostly start with the mythic item. So I go like Gare Force or Kraken Slayer, and then I go mostly Rune and Hurricane, second item,
Yeah.
into Infinity or Lord Dominic's or like stuff like that.
Yep.
And what I've seen from his games, he is like, he for example, I go Kraken Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
and then he goes like Bloodthirster into IE. And I've seen that on, like, for example, Reckless has been saying that IE is a really good item that you should build it second, but I don't know when to apply that logic.
Okay. Well, it sounds like this guy would probably have the. Has he done a Jinx walkthrough yet?
Yeah, he finished already.
Okay.
I haven't finished because the videos are 4 hours long.
Oh my god. Okay. That's crazy. So I think in most games, because of the Infinity Edge changes, it would be a viable option. I don't think you're ever going to lose a game because you built Infinity Edge over Runans, which is kind of coming back to my first answer. In Plat to Diamond, as long as you're not going like Kraken Slayer into Rage Blade or something. Obviously, the new Rage Blade is slightly different, but as long as you're not trolling your builds, it's usually going to be fine, and it's never going to be the reason that you went IE second instead of Runans that you're going to really lose a game, because Jinx has enough attack speed to still be relevant if you go IE second. Jinx still has enough damage if you choose to go Runan second. I think as long as you are just thinking critically about, oh, they have a few tanks here, I can't go Gale Force, Runans here because I'm just not going to do any damage. I'm going to do a lot of auto attacks, but I'm not going to do any damage. Let's try Kraken Infinity Edge or Kraken Bloodthirster, etc.
Mhm.
etc.
So if it's like items that wouldn't like make me like become an inter, for example, that like, oh, I build, for example, I go like I play Varus and I do a stupid build where I go Duskblade into Nashor. That's bad, but because like I'm mixing two sources of damage. But if I just go like the normal stuff,
Yeah.
I just maybe I just there's more likely that I don't go wrong with it.
Yeah, and you get to learn the experimentation yourself as well, again, rather than just being told. You get to figure it out on your own and play it yourself, which is
Mhm.
like a really good way to learn, like in school, like in anything. Learn by doing
Yeah.
rather than being told what to do.
I'm trying to like, remember some stuff that I wanted to ask, but I don't remember.
It's all good.
Oh, I don't know, like what else there's to talk about. I mean, I think there always is something to talk about, but I just can't think of it.
That's okay. You can always message me after the session. We're coming up to 30 minutes anyway. Um, so next steps, are you interested in getting one-on-one coaching, or what's kind of your 6 12 month plan? Like what do you see yourself needing in the next 6 to 12 months from a coaching perspective?
I mean, it's just like I need to solidify the roots to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think like if you have good foundation, then it works. But
Yeah.
if you have a bad foundation, it just all falls apart.
Yeah, good
So
foundation with good
maybe
habits.
I need to work on the foundation first, and then I switch to like I don't know more like different stuff. I can try more.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it looks like your Jinx foundation is fine, like for where you want to get to. I think you could kind of, as I said earlier in the call, you could start playing your Jinx on your diamond journey and you just use your other account to make sure you've got the foundation for those other champs that you want to play. That's what I would suggest you should do.
Oh, and I remember the question. So wouldn't it also be like a good idea to like I have the Sebeyar account that is
Mm-hmm.
gold 2, like is platform MMR that I could, for example, get it to try to get it to plat
Mm-hmm.
4. So then in my head, I am like, oh, I have two accounts in plat 4 now, so I can climb my other account, like
Yeah.
my main, to plat 3, and then I just catch up on my other account. So I'm always like secure that I am always in the same rank on both.
Yeah, and it's really good for your confidence because you're like, I can get 2 accounts to plat 3. Oh my god, I can get 2 accounts to diamond. And so that will help with your ranked anxiety and confidence in yourself. So I think that's a really good way to do it. That's what I usually do with my accounts. I have like my main, that's my highest rank, and then my alt account, my second most played account, is generally very close to it, if not behind it, or sometimes even in front of it in rank. So I think it's a really smart way to approach it. And I definitely do that as long as you're okay with it taking a bit longer. Because if you're trying to do that where you get one account to plat 3, then the other one to plat 3, then one to plat 2, it's going to take almost double the amount of games that it might take you to get to diamond. But you're going to have so much more experience. You're going to build the foundations, as you said. And it sounds like you're not in that much of a rush to get to diamond. And I think this would help you with so much of the issues you're kind of thinking you're having and helping with your ranked anxiety and all that. So I think that's actually a really good idea. And
Mhm.
I'd encourage you to do that as long as you're not like, I need to get diamond in the next 3 months. If you don't have like a really pressing timeline, then that is the best way to journey up to diamond.
Okay, okay. I mean, I wanted to get to diamond before I get to college because like I worry that in college I won't have enough time to
Yeah,
continue playing League of Legends.
yeah, yeah, that's always the worry. You might only be able to
So I
play on one account.
I have like 1 year left to get to diamond, I
That's
guess.
plenty of
Then
time. Yeah, 6 to 12 months is what I would estimate. It'll take you. It could be quicker. It could be longer, but I would say 12 months max. So I think you
Okay.
can do it as long as you keep kind of going the right way, the way you're going about it right now.
Okay. I mean, our time is over, so like I don't want to hold you for longer than you have to be.
No, all good.
So it was good coaching session. Thank you very much.